Hi again, happy Saturday. Just had to close the patio door, it's freezing. Anyway, it's me, it's Jan, Urban Gypsy Crochet, and one half of Lancashire Crafty Lasses. .shop if you want to have a look. Hint. That will probably get me a few more thumbs down, but never mind, don't care. Do I care? No. Yes. It's actually become quite a laugh with me now, like, let's see how many I've got this week. I find it rather funny. Anyway, sorry about me rattling, it's me, it's me rattly beads. Yeah. Oh, and now I've moved so you can't see my latest cardigan. Yeah, I mean, much as I absolutely adore Gigi, you know I do, I love him to bits, I can actually wear, I'll show you later, black velvet while he's not here without being covered in his lovely golden hair. I do love him, but I tend to look a bit like a yeti when he's around. Anyway, as you probably spotted, I have finished the third of the Campfire cardigans. That's my trio finished for now. Oops, see if I can turn this mannequin, or whatever you want to call her. She's a pain for turning round. She doesn't want to. Either that or my hands aren't working. One of the two. As you can see, it's got a hood. Not a huge hood, but it's got a hood. That's the back view of it. We'll turn it around. Oh, sorry for all the clanking. And that's what it looks like at the front. It's got the usual wide sleeves, but these aren't as wide as this is the smaller of the three. None of them are tiny, but that's the smaller of the three. And I've come down in size as I've made them. The first one I made was the biggest one, like my size, and then I've come down in sizing as I've gone along, yeah? Right, I'm going to move it away from the jacket, move it more onto me, because I'm going to show you what I've been buying lately. Well, as you know from the last video, I have got a doll's house. Thrilled, more than thrilled with it. Anyway, what I've decided to do, instead of buying another doll's house, which I didn't want to do, I've bought a little sort of mini bookcase, which is 3 stories high. So it's going to be my open plan annex, because my more furniture has arrived. As you know, I've now got 2 families living in that house. Well, what arrived today was, I don't know whether you can see or not, was all the little crockery, the little china set that came today. It's little cups and saucers and plates. There's even a, I don't know whether it's a coffee pot or a little milk jug. It's so sweet, everything's so sweet, I'm just, oh. If I can't afford to do my own house up, I'll do the doll's house up, yeah. That's my little set of pans, they're all copper coloured. Little pans, frying pans, lids. Don't cook in my own house. The family can cook in the doll's house. Then the babies arrive, but actually they're so tiny. They appear to be triplets. but look how tiny they are. I didn't think they were going to be this tiny, but look how tiny they are. Yeah, there's 3 of them. That's sitting down one. They're teeny weeny ones, yeah. So these 2 families have got more babies and more children than they know what to do with. They're like the old woman in the shoe. For the garden, 2 deck chairs have arrived. So they can now sit out into the garden, although they've only got 2 deck chairs, so they'll have to fight which family sits out, won't they? And then, as I mentioned my wardrobe has come that matches the bed. And it opens up. Can't fit many clothes in there. Wouldn't be any use for me, this wardrobe, would it? I would have to pare my clothes down. Wouldn't even fit my dresses in there. I'm going to have to do something with the little knobs though, because they're just pushed in and I can see that they're going to fall out. You couldn't get hold of them and open them with the knob because it just pulls straight out. But that's my only complaint. It matches perfectly with the little bed that I bought. Then I got a message from another seller that I hadn't realised I was bidding on. Well, I did realise I was bidding on it, but what I didn't know was I'd won it. So then I get this message like, you know, would I pay for this set? And I thought, huh? Did I really order another bedroom set? Anyway, as I've got two families now, they've got a bed each on there. So I paid for that set, so that set's coming. I'm going to have to stop looking at eBay when I'm tired, because I'm obviously not concentrating. I'm buying twice, if you know what I mean. As I say, I must have thought I'd ordered a mansion, but I am not offering another doll's house. I'm just going to make do with my chest of drawers. So that should be arriving whenever, the end of next week. It should be a put together one, but I think I'll be okay because it's only like, you know, a tiny little bookcase. Right, I have decided what I'm going to do with my yarn. I spent a half an hour up in the stash room looking for patterns. This one I've made before in chunky. I made it in red. It turned out too big for myself, so it's in the shop at the moment. I'm going to make that in this, because I've got like the 400 grams of this. So hopefully if it goes a good way, I can put a bit more of a sleeve in this. You know, make it more elbow length or hopefully full length, I don't know. I'll have to see how it goes anyway. So that's what I'm doing with that one. That's a James C. Brett pattern, by the way. It's still available. It's JB361. So it's a James C. Brett pattern. And it's done in chunky. Yeah? So, I was looking in my patterns and I'm going to do this cardigan. Again, it's a modern pattern. You should be able to find it. It's Serdar 5701. I probably bought it about 12 months ago, but I would imagine it's still around. And that's what I'm going to make in this. Once again, if I've got enough yarn, I will put a long sleeve in it. Because I'm a bit chilly-willy, you know, and I like a long sleeve in my cardigans, really. Yeah. Anyway, I got such a lot of stuff in the post today, and I got the Inside Crochet. It's, oh gosh, I've not got my glasses on again, and it's that one with the minute little writing. It's issue number, I have no idea. Anyway, you'll have to look for that on the front cover. It's the latest one. Yep. I've only really glanced at it because I was out on the garden. It was funny, I was sitting out on the patio while I had my coffee. And next door, like down at the bottom, the tarpaulin had blown off the shed because the shed roof was leaking. And I'm sitting there and it was like, you know the cartoon sketches when it's over to me, over to you, back to you, over to me. That's what it was like. Him and his wife were. And he's going, no, over to you, pull it that way, pull it this way. It was so funny. It's not funny when I tell it, but it was funny at the time. Right, anyway, what have we got in this one? Let's have a little look. There's the usual, you know, describing all different people, different things. And, oh, in the rainbows, I did watch a little video, I can't remember who it was. But she backed her video with like the plastic canvas and she went round the rainbow and went into the canvas, you know, to link it together. And I thought that's a good idea for stiffening it, you know, because they're a bit sort of flopsy if you want to hang them up as a wall hanging, aren't they? So she used this plastic canvas and sort of crocheted it together with the rainbow. I thought, what a good idea. What a good idea. Because mine in my window's very, very flopsy. It's got like loads and loads of sticky tape holding it up. And I'm always frightened when the sun shines it's going to go and fall down again here. Right, what else have we got here? Oh, this is a good article. It's called Mending. And there's a book actually called Mending This. It's talking about, you know, in this era of make, do, and mend, if you get something that has a hole in it, or, I mean, I had a beautiful blouse once, chiffon blouse, and it was in the days where people could smoke. And the first time I wore it, somebody must have gone past me with a cigarette, and they burnt a hole straight through the sleeve of the new chiffon blouse. So I was heartbroken. Because in those days, you know, buying clothes was like a big event to me when I was like in my 20s, because I didn't have a whole lot of money, a young baby. So, so angry. So what I did in the end was I bought a length of those little tiny, like your pure lace flowers. And I dotted them all over the sleeves, covering up the hole. So that was what you call a good save, wasn't it? Anyway, this is what this is talking about, the care of mending. It's talking about if you have to darn something because you've got a hole in something. You know, put a nice applique, crochet a little heart, crochet something, put it over the hole, make it decorative. That's what it's talking about. You know, just not just throw it away because you've pulled a hole in it, yeah? I mean, I've even got friends who've thrown things away when they've lost a button. And it costs not much money to go on one of the sites, one of the online sites, or if you, once you can get out and about again, one of the market stalls and that, to buy yourself a new set of buttons. All right, it's a 10-minute job, isn't it, taking all the others off, sewing a new set on. But why throw something away because you've lost a button? Yeah, I've got friends like that. Oh, I've lost a button. So I'll give it here. Do you mind if I change the buttons? And they go, no, I'm just going to throw it away. I said, no, you're not. So I'd take off all the up buttons and put them a new set on. And they're going, oh, you found a button then that matched, did you? And I went, no, I've put you a new set on. But you see, that just shows people don't notice the buttons. Once you put a new set on and they all match, they think you've found a button that matched. Done that many times. Another of my tricks of mine was when I used to buy things, again, once when I had no money, chain store things that looked like a million other people. And I would change the buttons, or I would just put a little applique on it, or I would do something, you know, a bit decorative to it. And then it looked different than everybody else's, yeah. I've always been a bit like that. March to my own drum, as my dad used to say. Yeah. Right, let's have a look what's in this. It's a chevron blanket. I have to make sure I'm not getting the sun to reach it out. Chevron blanket. It's only showing 3/4 of it, but it's actually a blanket. It's done in... oh, it's that Sheep Jeeps again. Sheep Jeeps Katona, 100% cotton. And it's done on 3mm and a 3.5 hook, so it must be quite fine. I still got my vertigo when I bend my head. I go, it's a good job my shower's got 4 sides, well 3 sides if you know what I mean, because I put my head down to shampoo my hair. And I was like, whoa, who's moving the sides of this shower? Right, that's a crochet pinafore, or whatever you want to call an apron. And I think that's fabric with, what's it called? Fabric with some crochet around it. I think. That's a skirt here. That's a skirt. There'll be bigger pictures of these, don't worry. And that's morning tea. I think the others are cowls and bags and things. These are only the small pictures. There'll be bigger pictures when I get further in the magazine. Again, that's just small pictures of everything. And then that's a bigger picture of a blanket that's done in... It looks fairly chunky-ish, doesn't it? Just granny squares joined together. That is a pattern. It's not in the magazine, that's a pattern. And those again are in the magazine. Again, there'll be bigger pictures further in. That's for growing planter things, for growing little herbs in. These are kind of washcloth things. And an amigurumi little doll with a teepee. She's supposed to be on a picnic, I think. That's baby jacket and baby, you know, those nappy covers, diaper covers, whatever you want to call them. And then that is a bag. Again, there'll be bigger pictures in a minute. Getting a bit repetitive, aren't I? Right, that's the nurturing tea. It's got the pattern on the front, but the back appears to be just plain. It's done all in squares, linked together, so that lets me out. I'm not in the mood for that. It's, what's it done in? Pure cotton, nurturing fibres, 3.5 and 4mm hook. You can use any double knit yarn that works to the gauge, so there you go. That's a better picture of the front. But the back is perfectly plain. This one's called the Clarity Sweater. I thought it said Charity Sweater at first, but sorry, I don't have my glasses on. It's in like two colours. It's in the dark colour at the very, very top and the lighter colour underneath. It's done in the Sheep Jeeps again. Linen soft, and it's on a 4mm and a 5mm hook. It says you can use any double knit weight of linen or cotton blend that gets the similar tension, yeah. So this one is called the Hulwen, I think it's called. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Hulwen shawl. It's kind of, where are we going that way? That sort of light stripy. It's not floating the boat, that one at all. This one is the Colour Pop cowl. It appears to be done in squares, if you can see the bit there. Colour Pop. It's designed to make the most of those tiny oddments of yarn that are too precious to throw away. And it's done in cottage yarns in a 4-ply, which is probably like your worsted. Not worsted, sorry, I beg your pardon, fingering. It's on a 2.5 hook, so it's only fine. This one says Girl Gang market bag. If you can see it, it's not very easy to spot, is it? It says Girl Gang. It's filet, but it's got the Girl Gang written in, you know, whatever. It's made using filet crochet. What's it done in? Well, it's done in dishcloth cotton, and it's on a 3.5 hook, so it must be a fine dishcloth cotton. Alright, this one is Sorrento top. Kelly likes this style. They're sort of very, very loose with sleeves. They're not like a poncho because they've got a sleeve in them. But Kelly's made one something similar to that, and she really likes it. It says it's got plenty of drape, and it's made in, oh gosh, you know, I wish they'd print a bit clearer. Rowan cotton cashmere, and it's on a 4mm hook. So I would imagine that it would do in most double knittings. Yeah, I should imagine it would work in double knit, or it would be nice in cotton, wouldn't it, really? That's a pretty pot holder and an apron. Although for the life of me I don't know why you would want a crochet apron, but hey ho, somebody might. I presume it's done in cotton. Oh, linen. I mean, it's pretty enough if you wanted to use it as a decorative thing, but I can't see it being practical for wiping your hands on when you're cooking. Not that I cook, but you know, if I was cooking, I tend to wipe my hands down my apron because that's what they're there for, isn't it? Right, this is a wraparound skirt. So I don't really like the side view of it. I don't like wraparound skirts because even when I was slim, when you sit down it tends to drop, doesn't it, and you show an awful lot of leg. And if you put like a press fastener, a press stud on it, it pulls the whole skirt out of line, doesn't it? Yeah, I bought a beautiful one, but I hated wearing it because I just felt like I was going to be showing all my legs off. Right, this is a stash busting blanket. If you can see, it's a bit like Little Drops of Wonderful. She's been doing all these stash busting blankets. She's been using her mini skeins though. She's got some gorgeous like mini skeins of pure wool and that, which of course I don't have, but you know, you can use anything, can't you? That one's been using Rico Creative Aran, and it's on a 450 hook. But I mean, if it's a blanket, it doesn't really matter, does it? Do it with double knit ends and all sorts of things, yeah. And somebody sending me messages on Facebook. That's another shopper bag. It's you know, quite lacy. They're saying it rolls up into a ball. Yeah. I've always had a dread of these going like longer and longer and longer when you're carrying them. You'd have to have really good tension, wouldn't you? These are everlasting socks. They're done in leftover yarn. Again, it's 4-ply, English 4-ply, so it'll be your fingering weight. 3mm hook. Now, it's going to be a bit difficult to show you these actually because the picture's very tiny. You can see them, they're very brightly coloured. Because I can't really show you the other picture really quickly because it's got the instructions on it. Right, this is the Billie Jean blanket. It's done in Wool and the Gang, upcycled cotton and upcycled denim. It's done on an 8mm hook, so you could use chunky. I mean, Wool and the Gang is lovely, but I believe it's quite an expensive yarn. But that's the blanket. Looks like just granny squares really to me, but I might be wrong. I haven't read the pattern. So we'll see. Right, let's look what we've got on the next page. Oh, Filet Scrubbies. It says face, hair, hand and wash on them. It's a bit difficult to see what they actually say. But I suppose it's if you want to keep the one for your face separate to the one for your body, yeah. That's hanging storage. Not sure what they use as a back cloth. It looks a bit like sort of fancy pegboard, doesn't it really? Time for teapot holder. It's got a teapot on it if you can see it. If you I don't know which way I have to tip it for you to see the teapot. Oh, there you are. It's got a teapot on it. Oh, that wasn't a good idea. My head went woo. Everything went round. Zero waste cleaning cloths. You'd have to use something fairly scrubbity to do that with, wouldn't you? What do they use? Nut scene, candy twist, baker's twine. Yeah, you would. It would be a bit hard on the fingers, wouldn't it, to crochet twine? These are the little hanging baskets where you put your herbs in. And that's Anna the little bunny girl. For those of you who like making amigurumis. She's quite sweet. Just because I don't make them doesn't mean to say I don't like them. She's quite sweet, isn't she? But I have no patience to do them. Zero patience. That's a wrap cardigan for a baby. Make one for Boris's new little boy. He's got 4 names, I think. One of them's Wilfred. The first one's Wilfred. That's all I can remember. But they've announced his name today. Poor little thing's got 4 names to go to bed with. That's a nappy cover, as we call them in the UK. Diaper cover, as you call them, I think, in the US. Yeah. I hope I'm not running out of time. Hope I'm not running out of time. That's an advert for the loop. Everything made like that will always look so pretty. If I was to make it, it would look terrible. You know, you embroider on a piece of sacking or sackcloth or something. And then that's an advert for a pattern from that Sheep Jeeps again, for an amigurumi duck. With its safety ring, whatever you want to call them. Water wing. No, water wings are separate, aren't they? 2 bits. Yeah. So that's about it. I'll be doing my live tonight, wearing the same outfit, no doubt, because I'm not going to get changed. I got changed this morning, and that's enough for me. Yeah. But I may have a bit of makeup on. I may not look quite so anemic by the time it comes to me this evening. Anyway, I'm going to go now because I'm not sure how long I've been wittering on this video. And I'm hoping I haven't made it into 2. Because as you know, I have not yet discovered how to edit things together. This lockdown's got a lot to answer for. Oh well. The sun is coming out, but it's still fairly cold over here. So I'm going to make a cup of coffee maybe and start doing some crochet. So I shall see you all later. Happy crafting. Bye for now.